Randy's story, how a 50-year-old professional photographer who had never been to prison received nearly 20 years with no parole in prison after pleading guilty to a single $250 drug deal. Step by step, we will take you through how the government took a case without evidence of a single drug deal and coerced an indictment waiver and guilty plea to a single $250 drug deal, only to exploit a legal loophole at sentencing that allowed the government to use uncharged conduct and uncharged crimes. More than 50 additional drug deals and related activities that Randy was never charged with to inflate his sentence from 18 months to nearly 20 years in federal prison with no parole. This allowed the government to crush with nearly 2 decades in federal prison a 50-year-old photographer who had never been to prison and pleaded guilty to a petty drug deal. Step 1. The psychological game. No evidence, no problem. Constantly tell Randy that if he does not waive his constitutional rights to indictment by grand jury and plead guilty, he would die in federal prison. Step 2. The bait. Even though Randy vehemently denies the accusations, he takes the federal government's bait. He waives indictment by pleading guilty to a single $250 drug deal that produces a sentencing range from probation to 18 months in prison, which sounds better than dying in federal prison. Step 3. Exploit a legal loophole at sentencing. To increase Randy's sentencing range from 18 months to nearly 20 years. At sentencing, the government piles on conduct and crimes that Randy was never charged with. A ready-made drug enterprise comprising more than 50 uncharged drug deals and related activities. Randy was shell-shocked. His sentence leaped by tenfold, from 18 months to nearly 20 years. Step 4. Guilt by accusation. Given there is no actual evidence against Randy to support the additional 50 drug deals and related activities pinned on Randy at sentencing, the government uses uncorroborated out-of-court hearsay accusations from 2 drug dealers turned government witnesses, which was detailed in a sentencing report filed with the judge. Step 5. Manufacturing evidence of guilt and burying evidence of innocence. Since most of the accusations in the report proved unreliable or blatantly false upon investigation, every word, statement, or other evidence that undermine the accusations are omitted. That is, if there is evidence that a government witness lied, it is simply not reported in the sentencing report, no matter how overwhelming, because it undercuts the government's one-sided narrative. Step 6. The carrot. In exchange for providing vague information about Randy, the high-level drug dealers turned government witnesses were rewarded with greatly reduced prison sentences and other off-the-record benefits that helped them escape harsh prison terms. Even though they are high-level drug traffickers on the hook for selling massive amounts of methamphetamine and Randy is a low-level addict, Randy receives a prison sentence 10 to 14 years longer. Randy's clemency campaign is devoted to calling attention to the injustices that pervade his case so he can receive a sentencing commutation with the President of the United States. We invite you to read more.